Hi, it's Debbie with D.Ann's Designs. I wanted to get on here real quick and share a little project I've been creating. And it's for it's a spring type journal, and I needed a few different embellishments. So I thought I'd get on here and share this with you real quick. This is these are clocks, and they're from my porch prints. I believe is where I got these from. And I've cut them out, and they come in various sizes, anywhere from this little dime size to actually it's near probably one of the biggest sizes right there. And anyway, I've cut them all out, and they've got a few varieties, of the type of florals or words that are used on the clock face. But yeah, they're fun to work with, and I thought maybe if you wanted to, we could go real quick what I'm doing. This is a completed one. On the back, we're going to have this little clip that's on here. And I could actually come in here and add another page if I wanted to over the back of this, but I just kind of opted to leave it alone, I think. Anyway, this is going to be your larger circle of clock, and then you're going to have kind of a medium-sized circle of clock in here. And then I have a rusty safety pin with some beads and a little sterling silver carat is what we have on here. And it's placed in here with a long-legged brad, and so you can swing this more or less like your arm. Also, this leaves this versatile on, however you want to spin the words. Like this one says London, and since this is my top, I would square that up with the top and leave it that way. So anyway, that's kind of one of the things I've been working on. I thought I'd go over it real quick on how to prepare it. And these I've already cut out. As you can see, this one here is going to be, it's a cream rose. It's very pretty. It says Paris on it. And then I'll have the matching counterpart that goes into here. So I take my awl and I find my center, which is right about in here. You can see the circle. So inside the center of the circle, I will push. And then I'll do the same thing on here. Just place that on there. So now I've got my holes prepared. I'm going to go ahead and get my ink out, and I have to lightly ink this. I am more of a heavier inker most normally. That this particular book, I need to go. I can go vintage, but I can't go. I can't go too grungy on it. It's customer's request here, so we kind of work with that as best as we can. So then we're just going to ink these edges up around this clock, both clocks, as such. On. Okay. So then I'm going to take a rusty safety pin, which I have a package of those in here. I'm going to take one, and then I have a little container I keep a few pearl collections in. And I'm going to hopefully find a couple of pinks and one white. That's all I really have to have on this one. Getting the nose all fun out of the way. And then we will need a silver carat to put on there. Okay, so I'm going to do a pink. Opening. And then a white. And then my carat. And then a pink. And that's kind of the order I let that lay in. Close it off. Okay. So then I'm going to come back and with a long-legged brad, I have to make mine long because I need them to reach all the way down in there. Short ones won't do that. So then I hit the hole of my safety pin right there. And I take the first one and push the legs through. And I take the second one and push the legs through. and then we just close it off by opening the legs. The other thing, let me get, I like to add a little masking tape. I just know everything works better with masking tape for some reason. I'm just going to place that onto there. So I'm not worried about my legs anyway. So that's that part of it. Now, on the back, we'd like to enforce it. And so I'm going to grab a piece of just some scrap paper I have. Just cut a little chunk off. And get me going on that. And I'm going to go ahead and mark my top here. So I know for sure what I'm lining up to right around in that area. Otherwise, circles get off for me. And then, take this. Stretch. Now I don't want my top, I don't want this top to come up over here, like this one here is hidden, you know. So you just have it down below the top of your ring. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use a little art glitter glue on it. And I ought to pretty well get it where it needs to be. Put it off to reasonable size here. I'm going to find the top. Lower this down. Make sure it's down below your circle. Yes. And then we'll just kind of let that rest on there. After it dries, then you'll be ready to use it as a clip. Whatever you're going to clip. There's always a million things to clip, it seems like. So it's nice to have something that might give it a different appearance. So then I'm just going to let this dry. I usually just let mine set. I don't know. Normally I'm overnight, but I'm sure you don't have to wait that long. And then I'll have a nice little cluster made up. Resemble this one here. And with that being said, I wanted you to also know that there's a, oh, this is another way that you can do it. I'll be using this also, is I just waxed on this, which leaves a really pretty vintage appearance, as I used more of a yellowing wax on it. And after you finish waxing, just take your cheesecloth, I don't know if I have any out here or not, and yeah, use a little dowel, and you just take your cheesecloth, lay it down, and just buff it like you would after you've polished your shoes. Just buff it out, and that leaves it just really soft and smooth, and it's ready to be applied, you know, wherever you're going to be using that at. Also, and gosh, there's two different places. One is G Kerr, and you have to belong to a Facebook group, which is Happiness and Crafting. And she has some flower pots on her freebie page, which they look a lot like this. I think there's one more color too. I think I've used it. Anyway, I've cut these out, and then you can just make copies as you go if you need more. The other one who has it will be My Porch Prints, and it's in her freebie page, and I what I did is I made 3 of these, and now I'll go back. I used one, but I'll go back and make some more copies of this right here to use if I need to. On that same page, she's going to have these half whiskey barrels that are fun to use too in your projects, and that will be on under files and in her Facebook group. But what I did on her flower pots here is I took the 3 and then I stacked them, and then I made a photocopy of them, and then I cut them out to fit. And so they're going to set good, you know, in some sort of a design. I'm sure that I can, I'll work them into something. But I thought it was kind of cute. It may be something you may want to consider just adding a little extra to your journal pages. So that was the other thing that I've been doing. The other thing is going to be these clips. These are, they're bobby pins. I can't believe they call them roller pins because they're extra long. They call them roller pins. You can get these in brown and you can get these in black. So these here I've pulled off of the black, and as you can see, I've added a little metal piece here. I've cut out circles to fit inside of each one. I've attached these with E6000 onto the paper clips, and then I added some bling on each one of them. So you can now either set this way, or you can, this one here I added a tassel to make a tassel and just add it on there also. That when you go to put it into your book, it leaves as a pretty good mark. Get it off of my paper. It's kind of on there, isn't it? Boy. Oh, I don't know. Let's say you wanted to put it here. This is a better picture. You add this here, and then you just simply add that on there. And then you have a nice little clip, and it will kind of sticks out, I suppose, if you want it to, in off the side of your journal pages. So it leaves for a nice little mark. After I put these circles in here, then I also added, this one is a Glossy Accents. I either added, these here are Glossy Accents, but I've also been known to add triple thick to them also. It leaves the same effect. So anyway, that's just something else I thought that I would try to share with you and let you see what, you know, just some other odds and ends you might be able to use, you know, if you're trying to work some different things into your journal. So anyway, I will let you go and continue working with my journal, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye now.